I love this clip that Jen did of the RV. She staged it and did a video walkthrough before we picked it up to put on her Instagram reel, which she shared with me and I downloaded, and I really love it. It's a snapshot of what it looks a little bit more dressed up and ready to go and more lived in. It also gave us a really good idea of what we liked and we didn't like. We drove 7.5 hours, which, you know, takes 8.5 when you stop for gas and food. And we picked up the RV. We were not sure if we would live in it at all. We were planning on taking pictures as soon as we got it back and listing it for sale. On the drive home, I was in the car following Dane in the RV. And he had time to really look back at the space. And somewhere in that trip, he completely changed how he felt, which was amazing. Prior to that, he was totally on board, wanted to live tiny. We had chosen the RV. We went through the whole process of like, do you want a trailer or something with a motor and what style and all of that. Ideally, we wanted a Class C with 2 slides, one in the bedroom and one in the living room. And that second slide in the bedroom opens up a lot more storage. And we didn't find one. So this was our second choice of floor plan. And we knew from the beginning that there was less storage. In the renovation, first of all, communication is always the most important thing, especially when you're 7.5+ hours away. And it takes 8 weeks, but the RV was there for 12. When we got the walkthrough video and picked it up, we knew there were things we thought were going to get done that didn't get done. Most of them were small. I also thought that we would want a couch, and I had a twin bed. And I love that idea because you can put so much storage underneath. We love these rectangular milk crates, and they hold a ton, and under the twin bed, I could fit 10 of them. That was massive amounts of storage for us that we were really lacking in this floor plan. On the drive home, Dane has this incredible change of heart. Not only does he want to live in it and he's super excited, he also is starting to get ideas about the space. And I have to say, when your husband looks at you and say, we'll buy the RV, you can do whatever you want. I love your style, just do it. That's pretty empowering. At the same time, having a spouse that says, I'm excited, I want to be on board in the decisions, and I want to do this together is definitely preferable. We talked about it and realized we don't use a couch in our own home. We use our queen size bed. We have one child left at home now. We shower and get ready for bed, and then we all jump in the queen size bed and watch TV in the bedroom. The other interesting thing is that we were setting up the TV in the bedroom of the RV. So why would we need a couch? We wanted a couple things. 1, storage. 2, more counter space. 3, we want everything to match and look nice. And we realized a couch wasn't it. On the side where the kitchen is, we are planning on putting in cabinets and a countertop. When we measured the space, we realized that Dane's desk at our house and the cubby shelves that I use in my office actually fit that space. So we could save money, set up the cubbies and the desk, get 2 bar stools, and see how we enjoyed the space. What things would we like to change? On the other side where the bed was, Dane wanted to put more cabinets and another butcher block. It sat a little lower so we could actually use a bench and have more seating. The number one thing that Dane wanted in this RV was to be able to sit down and eat dinner together. In our conversations and measuring the space, I said, okay, so the butcher block countertop's gonna be 24 inches deep. The cabinet should be about 12. Pre-made unfinished upper kitchen cabinets are 12 inches deep. We went to Home Depot and we found 2 kitchen cabinets that were the exact size that we needed. We grabbed them, we brought them home, and here we are. Coat 2 is done. We did the primer yesterday. We did coat 1 of the black paint this morning. We did coat 2 of the black paint this afternoon. The cabinet doors are actually going to need a 3rd coat. We also painted the cubby system the same color paint as the lower cabinets. What I like about that is that they look a lot better than they did when they were sitting in my office. In the future, when we decide that we want to permanently put cabinets and a countertop in the kitchen side of the RV and remove the desk and the cubbies, those are 2 pieces of furniture that we've used a lot in our house that we will put in storage and we will keep. Here I am driving to Home Depot for the what feels like 50th time this week. I know in RV renovations, that's pretty common. Part of that is because we're trying to spend as little money as possible. This trip I'm going for painting supplies. I thought I'd be able to rinse out rollers and that they would work for the entire time, and they need to be replaced. You don't want to go into Home Depot and spend $1,000 on all this stuff you think you might need, so you end up getting what you think you'll need. Then when it doesn't last or you need something different, you do all these little trips. Trips to Home Depot are pretty fun. Fortunately for us, it's less than 3 miles from our house, so there's not really a huge complaint there. It is a hassle when you're in the middle of something or you start something and then you realize that's not going to work and you have to run back to pick something up. I want to point out that a lot of people who are doing renovations are doing them while working a full-time job. I work from home, but I homeschool. Till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not working on anything renovation-wise. We also live 25 minutes away from where the RVs park, so just getting there and back is an hour round trip. I've been trying to get there for the last 3 days and haven't been able to do it with everything that's on the schedule. There's nothing wrong with having to space things out, except when you're doing a renovation, of course, you want to get everything done right now, or at least maximize the pockets of time that you have to do things. And it gets so frustrating when work and school and online jobs, lessons, basketball games, barbecues with your family, all things that you either need to do or want to do, and they all get in the way of getting things done. So pretty much every week, I think, it's not a problem. We're going to get through this much stuff. No, we are not going to get through that much stuff. And I think it's easier to plan that you're going to get less done. Things will take longer, cost more, and you'll have a lot more trips to Home Depot and stores like that to get things done. And that when you think you've got something figured out, something will come up or happen that makes you aware immediately that that's not the way things are going to work the best. And to try to be patient in that process. Back at it. Yesterday, I got up to the RV. I spent 6 hours. I have retainers in, so I'm talking weird. It's all right. I spent 6 hours. I hung curtains. I decided to go with a short set for the top bunk and a longer set for the bottom so that we could keep the bottom closed all the time, but the top open when we wanted to. The spaces are so tight with some of these, but I absolutely love these IKEA curtain rod replacement wires. They're awesome. We have 4 in the RV now, and I love them. I moved things out of the way. The butcher block is done. It's sealed 1 time on the bottom with tung oil and 3 times on the top. The cubbies are done and ready to go. The cabinets and the cabinet doors are ready to go. I have the hardware to put on them. So that's great. I brought everything up yesterday and I did a bunch of little stuff. There's so much little stuff you have to do on an RV and I love it. I brought back what was the drop-down desk in the kitchen area. We didn't like where it was or what it was doing. It was, in my opinion, it was a total waste of space. We are actually going to use it. It's the right size for us to use in the master bedroom where my computer will go. But the finish on it, you can't see. It's real bumpy and bubbly. So I brought it back to sand it and finish it like the other one. I have help from the dog, Maddie the Wonder Dog. She's excited.